This video is an example of my Unit 2 data project. My topic was Swag University's followers since the year 2000. So let's take a look. So on my data sheet, I'm going to start with my equation and a description of my data. First, for my equation, my independent variable is time in years. My dependent variable is the number of followers that the university has. Mind you, I'm tracking the followers since the year 2000. Just by looking at my equation, I can see that I'm starting with 6,000 followers. This is my y-intercept. I can also see that I'm going to gain 12,000 followers a year because this is my slope or my rate of change. So for my description, to describe my data, I know that my data is discrete because although I can have values in between years, I cannot have a fraction of a person or a follower. So when I draw my graph, it's going to be made of many disconnected points. My table. My order pairs, sorry. So for my order pairs, I started with the year 0. The reason I started with 0 is because I'm tracking the years since 2000. So 0 means that this is during the year 2000. No time has passed by yet. So during the year 2000, I had 6,000 followers. After the first year, which would be 2001, I had 18,000 followers. After the second, 30,000. The third year, 42,000. And the fourth year, 54,000. That is not supposed to be a 4. Remember, this is the number of years since 2000. So this is 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004. I also labeled what my x variable represents, the number of years, and the y variable represents the number of followers. Now my domain and my range. So my domain for my problem, which is x, is all of my x values. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4. My domain is the years that have passed since the year 2000. Now for my range is just my y values. I wrote my y values in terms of thousands. So 6 means that 6 thousands. 18, 18,000, 30,000, 42,000, 54,000. So my range represents the number of followers in thousands Swag University has over the years. Now for my table. I listed my x values. I listed my y values, same as I had in my ordered pairs. This is a function because each x has its own y. X does not repeat itself. No years occur twice on the table. And my map, I'm going to label this side as x because that's my input values. I'm inputting the years. And this is my y value. Remember, y is the same thing as f of x. So that's my output. That's what I'm getting out. And the same description that I wrote over here would go over here. This is a function because each x has its own y. My graph. So on my graph, as I stated before, my data is discrete. So I'm not connecting my points. My points will be disconnected, discrete. I have my x-axis, x represented time, so time is at the bottom. And I have my y-axis, which is my followers in thousands. Time is in years. Remember, this is years since 2000. So from here, I can see that in 2001, I had 6,000 followers. Then you can keep going. The numbers are the same thing as in my table. This is a function because, remember, if we draw a line through each one of these points, we only pass through one at a time. Passes the vertical line test. That is a function. And my last square, which is function notation, now I'm just stating what I'm inputting and what I'm getting out. So whenever I input x, which represents time since 2000, I get out y, which is my number of followers. So if I input equation that I wrote into my function equation that I wrote, just as if I inputted 2 into my equation above, my output would be 30,000. So now that I have all of my data, to write my abstract, at the top I just listed my topic, so Swag University's followers since the year 2000, and my abstract. The purpose of my research is to research the rate of change of Facebook followers of the university. I conducted my research by studying the data conducted by Donald Trump on Swag University's official website. Now here you could also list the website, but I ran out of room. The results of my research show Swag University gains 12,000 followers per year, steadily increasing over time. Just like my graph, just like my table, as my x values increase, my y values were increasing as well. So we were increasing over time. In conclusion, since beginning with 6,000 followers in 2000, Swag University has gained 48,000 followers in 15 years. And I used my table, I used all of those things that I just showed you to figure that out. If Swag University continues to gain followers at this rate, then I predict they will have 246,000 followers in the year 2020.